And this is the most it's ever been exposed since it was sealed up in 1962. So, and just to think that I and the others here are the first ones to be in here since it was sealed up. When it comes to coal mining on my channel, I've covered and documented everything from colliery ruins to even going underground inside old abandoned mines, and most recently documenting the reopening and restoration of the Brooks mine in Scranton. But today we're documenting something for the very first time, the unearthing of an old coal mine that's been sealed up for decades. And I was invited here by the members of the UGM, the Underground Miners, and I'm here today with the member Chris. Chris, thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you could fill us in, both myself and the viewers, as to what's going to be happening here behind us at slope number 5.
Oh, sure. All right, so we're here at Miners Memorial Park in Ashley, where the Huber breaker used to be, just on the other side of the fence right here. And we're digging open the number 5 slope. It was found that the 5 slope was on the property of the park, I don't know, a couple years ago. And they asked if we could open it up for them. It would have been great if it could have been made a small tour mine similar to what we did at Naog Park, but unfortunately the water table's too close to the surface right here. It's only 80 feet down, and the first vein's about 120 or so, the kidney vein. So it's not going to access any mine workings. We did learn when we opened it last time, so this is the second time we're opening it. The first time we opened it, it was loaded with black damp, and we sealed it back up for safety purposes. This time we brought a fan to suck the black damp out, the fresh air in. And we did learn that it's flushed closed just inside.
Okay.
So the breaker, when they were processing some silt, they must have had to get rid of it, so they just filled the mine voids here with it. So about 40 feet down, it's just full of flushings. So it will be a nice feature for the park. People could see a slope opening, what it looked like. The tracks are still going down from what I hear. And
if I recall, what you guys shared on Facebook on the UGM group is when you initially opened it, the readings you got were some of the most, like the lowest or the most dangerous ones you ever come across.
Yeah, we've never seen black damp that low. I mean, there was virtually no oxygen in the mine. It was 5% oxygen. I mean, you lose consciousness at 9% after just like 20 seconds.
So what are your methods today once it gets opened up, how to get the more fresh air in there?
So today we brought one of UGM's biggest fans.
You'll see that later.
And we're gonna stick a tube down in the mine. Basically what we did at Brooks Mine before we had the second opening in, we had a blowing fresh air into the mine through a tube all the way to the back of the mine. And then this way today we're actually reversing it. So we're gonna put the tube down the slope, and then the fan's gonna suck the black damp out.
Okay. And any possibility going in possibly?
Oh yeah, we'll check it out once we get it opened up.
Okay, well, should be a good time, so stay tuned.
It's got to be right there somewhere. All right, great. Drop that bad boy in there.
Putting the air gas meter on, they're going to check levels down there.
Hey, don't go too much more angle. I don't want to have to go get it.
Huh?
I don't want to have to go get it.
Okay.
All right, we're still 20.9 right there. Still 20.9. You notice that it's exhausting a little bit. That's good. That means fresh air is coming in. The cooler air's sinking in and the hot air's coming out.
All right, Chris is going to go down for a brief inspection, kind of analyze the situation, see how readings are, because as he mentioned last time when they first unearthed it, it was like some of the worst readings I've had, no oxygen at all. So that's why they wanted to check it first with the bucket. If it started going off the alarm, they know that there's no oxygen down there, but so far seems to be pretty good. And as he mentioned, you may have seen on camera too, like a fog coming out. That's the hot air that was trapped in there, which is normally around 55 degrees, escaping out because it's in the 40s today. So it's an air exchange.
All right, now.
Let me shut this off. I did bring my screwdriver in case.
This is not put it into mine yet. This stick right down there.
Mine?
Yeah. This right here is one of UGM's biggest fans.
That's what I thought.
I think we're on there.
I'm white, don't worry about it.
Get your ass down there.
20.7, 20.3, 20.2.
Yeah, come on out. 19.
Starting to go down. 18,
Yep.
18.8. Oh boy.
That was quick.
Yeah, well, we're disturbing it with that tube. But the tube didn't go exactly where we wanted it to.
So they got down to 18.
Yeah, 18.3. Now it's back to 9.
So normal oxygen is 20.9. Come on around here. So right now the fan is on a negative pressure or sucking. So the tube is down at the bottom of the pile, sucking the black damp out. The fresh air is going down and going in.
If you did that when you first turned it on, it probably would have went off.
It probably would have. Things like a piece of spaghetti here.
All right, here's our first look at it. It's sloping downwards, lined with concrete walls. Can't see much right now, but hopefully after they suck out all the bad air, maybe we'll get further inside. Supposedly there's still rails in there too. Well, the fan is doing its thing, taking out all that bad air, forcing fresh air to go in. Now some time has passed, cleared out a lot of this area, making room for more material. And now they're working on excavating the main entrance of the slope, because what I learned is that the concrete walls come on both sides and it comes up at an angle, and somewhere around here is where the opening does kind of officially start. And they've made some progress now. What we got?
Rail right there. He's on it right now.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That's heavy. That's like 60-pound rail.
Although this opening is not very deep, this is a long, slow process because they basically have to move the material twice. He has to basically excavate it out of the portal, and after it piles up, he's got to move it again to make room for more material. Ideally, it'd be a lot easier to have two machines, but Mike, the operator, is doing what he can with what he has to work with. But I'm sticking it out for the long run, hoping to be able to take you guys inside, show you what it's like. This is becoming almost like an archaeological dig site because they unearthed large brick sections, which they confirm this is part of the hoist house. That building was actually located right up on top of here. There's a little monument there. It was located there. So it was a building, had a big cable spool, which was attached to the mine cars down on the slope. He said it would pull the cars out. There'd be a switch up here, and the cars would go to the right towards the fence, and there's a rotary dump where the cars would basically go on there, turn to dump, and once they're empty, get pulled back, hit the switch again, go back down to the mine. And this is parts of the hoist house right here, still held together in large chunks. Like modern day Indiana Jones here. Well, after hours and hours of work, we're getting the all clear to go inside for the first time. They were working tirelessly to get proper access. And this is the most it's ever been exposed since it was sealed up in 1962. So Chris has a gas lamp in there. As long as we see the flame, we're good. And just show some of the things here, some of the hardware for where the door used to be. Would have been a door and or a gate. And they actually uncovered some cinder blocking, which they had as like a temporary wall, probably when they sealed it up originally and then decide to flush it up. But we're gonna head inside. It is sloping downwards, obviously, and let me safely get down here and we'll check it out. All right, inside, looking out. See the built-up material here. It is pretty much solid concrete. And it was built, obviously, in the 1800s, nearly 100 years ago, and it's holding up incredibly well. And the one thing we spotted down here are the ties and the rails. They're right there. Preserved all this time, finally seeing the light of day. Looks like they had some cribbing in here as well, possibly, with all these timbers. And flame is on, we're good. They did measure it. It's 51 feet. And this is what is known as flushing. This is the silt material that they just threw down here and plugged it up, but it would have kept going roughly, I think he said a 22-degree angle, if I'm not mistaken. And it just pinches out. So obviously, if all this was to be excavated, it would open back up into the drifts and the tunnels and the main chambers down there, but this is pretty much all we have for now. You even see some orange AMD leaking through right there. And just to think that I and the others here are the first ones to be in here since it was sealed up. So I find it extremely fascinating. Hopefully you do as well. We are literally stepping back in time. And here's the other rail right here. It's encased in rust and material, but they're still holding up. So underneath all this material is the ties and the rails going right out. From where they started at 8 o'clock this morning, after hours and hours of work, completely transformed, looking more like a mine. This is the most that's been excavated and exposed since it was sealed up in 1962. And they said that this concrete was mixed on site by hand roughly 100 years before that. Late 1800s is when this was opened up and built, and it's holding up incredibly well. Well, here we are just over 5 hours later, and looks quite a bit different. A few things we learned in the meantime. Initially, we thought that they unearthed rails, the same rails coming out of the mine. But what we actually have here is now exposed guide rails. So these guide rails were used to kind of guide the mine carts up out of the mine here as they're being pulled by the hoist. And even cooler that we found remnants of the hoist house, which was located right behind you guys. Again, this place is like an archaeological dig site. They found some hardware for the door. They found cinder block and brick material for where they faced it up, and even the wood planks inside, which was used for like a cradle or support system for bringing that flushing or the silt material in there, which is ultimately what plugged it up. But they did measure it 51 feet, and the ultimate plans is that this is going to be for the public to come here and enjoy at the Huber Breaker Site. Fantastic location. There's a lot of history you can learn here. There's the Wannabe Mine Loki up there, and this is going to be a new addition to the park. Whether or not you're going to be able to go inside, time will tell, but they're going to finish clearing the site out, making it more presentable, and learning about what used to exist here. And to know that this was shut down in 1962 and now it's fully exposed and open since that time is pretty remarkable. Special thanks to Chris and all the UGM guys who did invite me out here. They did a fantastic job. A lot of hard work was put into this, and I feel grateful to have the opportunity to be able to document it and share it with all of you. So if you haven't seen my previous videos working with them, check out the links down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video. you.